Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. On this occasion, we will present the material on the financial perspective analysis process with the balanced scorecard method. Okay, let's get started. The first one, we will start the first material by discussing the concept of balanced scorecard. According to Robert S. Kaplan and David P. Norton, the balanced scorecard is a management evaluation and control system that provides manager with a fast, accurate, and comprehensive understanding of business performance. The basic principle of the balanced scorecard is an assessment of a company that isn't only assessed from a financial point of view, but also complemented by measurement from other points of view, such as customer satisfaction, internal process, and innovation capabilities. The balanced scorecard divided strategy and performance measure into four main perspectives. There are financial, internal business process, customer, and innovation. This division is flexible and can be adapted to the specific needs of the company, including the possibility of adding or replacing the perspective. The first perspective is financial perspective. In this perspective, PSG use indicators such as return on investment, return on equity, and economic value added to evaluate whether strategies provide economic value to shareholders and support the achievement of the company's financial goals. The second is customer perspective. In this perspective, the company chooses the target market it wants to reach and tries to focus on customer satisfaction by knowing their needs and expectations. It usually uses indicators such as satisfaction, retention, new customer acquisition, profitability, and market share. The third is internal process perspective. In this perspective, companies review existing business flow as well as opportunities to improve performance or develop new flows. The main focus is on ensuring internal process run efficiently and effectively through indicators such as speed of response, service duration, innovation, quality, and productivity. The last one is innovation or learning and growth perspective. In this perspective, the focus is on achieving future performance by paying attention to the organization, ability to learn, adapt, and increase its capacity. Indicators include employee satisfaction, employee proposal, competency development, knowledge management, and innovation capabilities. In this discussion of this material, we will focus on the financial perspective only. Moving on from the discussion of concept, then we will discuss in more detail the function, characteristic, and objective of the balanced scorecard from a financial perspective. So, the next material is function. The balanced scorecard serves to measure the achievement of the company's vision and mission, assess competitive advantage, and become a strategic guide in business operation. In addition, balanced scorecard is also used to analyze the effectiveness of the strategy, provide an overview of the company's SWOT, become a key performance indicator, provide feedback to shareholder, and as a communication and learning system within the company. Without the balanced scorecard, many organizations have difficulty in consistently achieving their vision and goals when attempting to change objective, design approach, and introduce new procedure. The balanced scorecard provides a structure to organize strategy implementation, while allowing the strategy to adapt to changing market and technological dynamics that are increasingly competitive. The next, we will discuss about the characteristic of balanced scorecard from financial perspective. The first one is revenue growth. Focus on the increase in sales or revenue of the organization over time. This can be measured by looking at the percentage growth in revenue from the previous period with the formulas Row rate equals present minus past divided by past multiplied by 100. With the description, present is the current value or price at the beginning and the past is value in the past. Calculation start or ends. The second is cost productivity. Measure the efficiency in the managing cost to produce the product or service. The lower the cost of producing the same or higher output, the better this perspective perform. With the formulas, cost productivity equals cost expended divided by output produced. With the description, output produced it can be the total unit produced, revenue or value added from the production process. And the cost expended is the total cost required to produce the output, including the cost of labor, raw material, and production overhead. The third is return on investment or ROI, an indicator that measures how much profit is generated compared to the investment made. This is often then benchmarked in evaluating investment or other capital decisions. With the formulas, ROE or return on investment equal investment income minus investment cost divided by investment cost multiplied by 100%. The fourth is operating cash flow. Focus on providing sufficient liquidity to meet operational needs and support corporate investment. It's also important to ensure short-term financial health. With the formulas, operating cash flow equal net income plus depreciation plus change in working capital, or operating cash flow equal cash income minus cash operating expense. With description, net income is profit after tax, depreciation is non-cash expense such as depreciation, change in working capital is the difference between the change in current asset and current liabilities. And the last is economic value added or EVA, a method that assesses the financial value added generated by the cost of capital. EVA shows how effective the company is in generating profits that exceed the cost of capital employed. With the formula, EVA equals net operating profit after tax minus weighted average cost of capital multiplied by invested capital. With the description, net operating profit after tax is identification of net profit after tax, which can be found in the profit or loss statement in a company's financial statement. Weighted average cost of capital is the weighted average cost of capital of the company. Invested capital is determined the capital that needs to be invested.
Next material is perspective of balance scorecard, financial perspective and the relationship. The balance scorecard can illustrate how the achievement of the company vision contribute to increasing company value, among others. 1. Improving customer satisfaction by increasing revenue. 2. Improving employee productivity and commitment to cost efficiency to support profit growth. 3. Strengthening financial returns by reducing capital utilization or investing in high profit projects. The principle of balanced scorecard is to maintain a balance between financial and non-financial aspect, where finance needs the support of other perspectives. For example, a company's profit can be derived from products that benefit consumers or from efficient human resources and business process. The financial perspective is measured through ratio analysis such financial trends, comparisons with competitors, and ratios of liability, activity, debt, profitability, and solvency. Advantages of financial perspective. Key advantages of the financial perspective in the balance scorecard. 1 is linking financial performance to long-term strategy. 2. Measuring efficiency and profitability. 3. Focusing resource use. 4. Drives financial performance accountability. 5. Strengthen relationship with stakeholders. The next is objectives of financial perspective. The main objective of the financial perspective in the balanced scorecard is to ensure that the strategy implemented by the organization are able to provide the financial value expected by shareholders or stakeholders. In this context, the financial perspective acts an indicator of the financial success of the organization's strategy implementation and supports the achievement of several specific objectives, including 1. Maximizing profitability measures whether the company's strategy is successful in consistently increasing profits. This can be achieved through increased revenue, reduced costs, or a combination of both. 2. Improving shareholder value, creating value for shareholders by generating optimal returns on the investment they make in a company, which is often measured through increases in share price and dividends. 3. Managing financial risk, helping organizations identify and manage financial risks that may hinder the achievement of business objectives, such as liquidity, credit, and market risks. 4. Ensuring long-term financial health, make decisions oriented toward long-term financial sustainability, such as managing cash flow and minimizing reliance on costly borrowing.
Okay, so now I will explain for our group's example for study case of financial perspective of PT Salam Damai. So first we have the financial perspective table. Financial perspective analysis is carried out using PT Salam Damai's financial statement data from 2022 to 2024. PT Salam Damai's current assets and non-current assets experienced a significant increase. Here, the total liabilities are taken from the total current liabilities, non-current liabilities, and equity. And next, we have the financial perspective income statement table. Furthermore, from the calculation of income statement per 3 years in 2022 to 2024, gross profit is taken from the total calculation of net revenue minus COGS so that it can be seen that PT Salam Damai experienced a significant increase in 2024. Operating profit results from reducing gross profit minus operating expense. For earning before tax, it is taken from the reduction of operation profit with other income divided by expense, so that we get the total net income in 2022 to 2024, which has increased. Next, we will compare performance against financial ratio data for 3 years so that we can know the percentage of performance compared to the previous year's data. And this is the PT Salam Damai's financial ratio table. The table shows the return on equity or ROE, return on assets or ROA, operating income, efficiency cost, and total asset turnover ratios. And the last one, we have the financial perspective balance scorecard table. From our analysis of the financial performance assessment in 2024 to 2023 received a score of 7, which previously increased compared to the period 2023 to 2022, which received a score of 5. So in conclusion, for our study case, PT Salam Damai shows positive financial improvement from 2022 to 2024. The company's net revenue continues to grow, reaching 99.3 million rupiah in 2024, accompanied by increases in gross profit and operating profit. This shows that the company is successfully managing its revenues and costs effectively. Financial ratios also reinforce indications of the company's good performance. Return on equity or ROE remained stable in the range of 9.9% to 10.2%, indicating consistent profitability. Return on assets, or ROA, increased to 13.5% in 2024, indicating improved asset utilization efficiency. In addition, the increase in total asset turnover shows that the company is increasingly efficient in using its assets to generate revenue. PT Salam Damai's financial performance score also shows an improvement from 5 in the 2023 to 2022 period to 7 in the 2024 to 2023 period, reflecting better cost control and efficiency. With these positive financial results, PT Salam Damai has good prospects for further growth and sustainability. So that's all for the material of the financial perspective analysis process with the balanced scorecard method from our group. We're really sorry if there is any mistaken. So thank you for watching and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.